Well, I'm back home. I've been home for a few days. And in case you guys haven't heard, anybody that knew my dad, Ron Palmer, if you're local and you watch the channel and you haven't heard the news, my dad passed away this past week. And I got a lot of family stuff to deal with. So I don't get to do my favorite thing every day, which is trucks and, whatever I can get myself into. But we're going to get into something today. Something that's been just hanging around for way too long. And we're going to have a Ford week. I know, I said it. A Ford week, which I hate. But I want to try and deal with a lot of the Fords laying around here. So for starters, today, we're dragging the 77 F150 build out. I got to dig out a bunch of parts, pull the carb off. I'm going to bring it down another parts truck. And we're going to see what we can get done on that thing before the weekend. Because right before the weekend, I want to pick up the grill and bumper for the 49 Ford so I can get the front end assembled on that. So those are the two that I'm going to play with. And then I'm hoping by the weekend, we're going to go and fire up another Ford that's been sitting in the yard for like 20 years. It was my dad's 77 Highboy. It was his plow truck, and it hasn't run in, I'm guessing, 15 to 20 years. But today, we're going to drag this out. Okay, I got to walk around this, do a little refresher. So we got a 77 F150. We did a 4-inch BDS lift. Sits a little high in the back end, so I may have to mess with the blocks there. We have a 400 automatic. This truck is completely stock with a set of headers and an aluminum manifold and a Holly on it, I believe. Actually, it might be an Edelbrock. I'll have to pull the air cleaner off, but we're going to pull the carb off and rebuild it. I ripped the line when I was dragging it out with the chain. I see the little coupler was broken right there for the steering column, but I need to replace the steering column anyways. Need a windshield of another truck. This steering column was garbage, and I lost all the gears because the little bolt that's supposed to lock everything in, it's all worn out under here. So I'm going to have to steal a whole steering column out of another truck. I have new dash pad, new headliner, new carpet, new seat cover. That's a pretty good start. Still got the original door panels and all the moldings. Gotta find my mirrors. And I got a lot of bumpers laying around that we have to try out. Oh yes, I have to rebuild this hub, and I have all new rotor and calipers for it, and I even have new brake lines, so I got to dig all that out. I have all new shocks, I have new steering shock, and I have a whole top end rebuild kit in case I decided to pull this out and clean everything up. So I bought all new gaskets to pull that manifold off. I was thinking of sandblasting that manifold and making it all look nice and new and purty, but that's a huge job that we're not tackling today. And I got, the typical chrome shiny valve covers that I love so much. But if I do get to that point, which I'm kind of thinking this thing should be purty, it would be good to pull the motor out so we can paint everything under the firewall. I have to find another signal out of another truck, a little lens. I'm not liking that grill. It's got some dents, but these grills are hard to find and you can't order them. You can get these pieces, which I actually have a set of 77s that are in good shape. But the actual main grill you can't buy. We were trying to get it for that other 77 with the 429, and no can do. They don't have any stock. Haven't had them for months and months. And we have a brand new set of BF Goodrich 285s on 17-inch wheels. So I'd like to, get this one up and ready for sale. I want to get rid of some of the trucks that I'm really not interested in. I like these body styles, but I hate working on them. Like, I can't stand working on them. So I might as well tackle it now, make myself some room. Then I got some spending money on the shop, because the shop needs a lot of upgrades. So we got the Ford out, and the coupler coming out of the steering box, or whatever you want to call it, that holds the steering column broke, so we now have no steering. So we dragged Gord the Ford down here, and it doesn't have tilt steering, so we won't have a tilt steering column anymore. But it's actually in really good shape inside here. And I didn't realize this only has one fuel tank in the rear. That's new to me, learning something new about Fords today. So now, Gord the Ford's becoming parts wagon. And yes, now I need a new line for the coolant. One of those ones on the bottom I wrecked. Just ripping the carb off this one. Just got some linkage, and on to the next thing. All these little tiny parts are gonna help so much. The little plastic piece broke on that truck for your washer system. Thankfully, this one seems to be okay. Yay. I'm really hoping that I can get almost everything I need, because I have another Ford that we can steal stuff off of too. So we got the seat out of the truck, and it still has the 1977 build sheet, I guess you call it, behind the seat. But it's a green seat. I don't know if this is the actual seat that came from this truck, because we have red interior pieces. The red dash is red. I don't see any signs of, well, I guess it was brown underneath the black paint. So I don't know if that's the proper seat, but I got the steering column swapped and got all the linkage fixed. So this thing now has gears again. We have steering again, and the carb is ready to go to Doug. So next is going to be do this hub and rotor, and I got to go get fuel tanks out of my other truck. So let's go up and have a look. This is a 79 F250 two-wheel drive super cab. It's got a 460 in it. It supposedly was rebuilt by Dunbar Automotive, and I imagine it's full of crap because someone stole the carb off it, someone stole the radiator. This was a running, driving truck when it showed up, and my dad literally unloaded it here, and it never moved. It's been sitting here for decades. So it's got the fuel tank I need. I need that one, and I need that one. And you can buy this one new, but apparently you can't get this one, according to my local parts stores anyway. So we're gonna have to drop those out, and we'll open them up, make sure they're okay inside. I don't think they're all dented underneath. I think they're okay, not all caved in. And this truck actually has a nice dash pad. The door panels are all matching in nice shape. It's got those, I guess you call them captain's chairs. Might have to restore those and use them in something later on. So as you can see, I have a lot of trucks to deal with still. This is why I've been working at this for the last, we'll call it 6 months. Because I knew my dad was going downhill. It was crazy overwhelming. So I think that's it for today. All I'm going to get accomplished. It's turning into evening, and I still have more Fords laying around on the other side of the yard that are ones I want to bring back to life. But I'm not interested in keeping that one. That one has no sentimental value to me. And it's just too many to deal with. Need to get rid of some. So we're going to continue Ford Week this week. And I really hope I have that grill in my hands by Friday so I can do the red Ford finally. Because I'm waiting 5 months now for that grill. And we have the 70 Mercedes in the shop, which I'm trying to get on the rotisserie right now. That's the one getting the Tesla swap, the electric conversion. In case you're wondering on the jet boat status, I can't get big block plug wires for my supercharged jet boat until September 20th. And we're at the beginning of September right now. I think it's the 4th. So jet boat season's disappearing, and I'm still having parts issues, just so you guys know, on everything. Everything's a little bit slow right now, but it is what it is. So we'll see you tomorrow.